That's Gavin Gallaher, a North Carolina commit, 2023, playing for Pro5 Academy. Gavin, man, appreciate the time.
Yes, sir, of course.
So mentioned going to North Carolina. I know it's a close to home for you school. What was ultimately the driving force for you to want to be a Tar Heel?
For me, it was really just the coaching staff. I loved all the coaches there. They're all great guys, and the more I talked to them, the more I really fell in love with the school.
You are a product of the Canes as well as now Pro5. Ultimately, when those two programs, it's constantly high-end competition that you're playing day in and day out. What does that do in terms of getting you to where you want to be as a player?
It really just gets you prepared for the next level. You know, when you get to that D1 Power 5 level, you know, everybody's the best of the best. So playing here with these guys, this is the best high school conference in the country. And when you play for the Canes, you see everybody's best arm day in and day out. So it really just gets you prepared.
What's been the biggest change for you in terms of what you do at the plate and what you do in the field in maybe the last year or so?
In the last year, definitely at the plate, it's been putting on weight and getting stronger. See a lot of balls, you know, start to fly more. And in my approach, it's a lot more. I've tried to stop thinking as much. And then in the field, I just really try to focus on keeping my hands soft and being quick with it.
Obviously, you're able to play all over the infield, but primarily a shortstop. You know, obviously that's the captain of the infield, the guy who sets the tone. What do you think all goes into hand in hand with playing that position?
With playing shortstop, I think it's a lot about baseball IQ, and that's something I kind of pride myself on. I feel like I've been good at that, and just, you know, playing all the time, year round, it really helps you develop more with that. So I'd say just really knowing what's going on the field.
But you see a lot of guys now, swagger is a big part of the game when you're playing shortstop, but that's something you earn, right? I mean, that's not something you just walk into. How do you kind of deal with, or how do you quantify swagger as a player?
I would say swag, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's how you carry yourself. And then also, you know, you can have the accessories, you can have whatever you want, but really how you carry yourself is what makes you have that.
Ultimately, when you're playing at the next level, you know, the expectations rise. You know, the school has, you know, expectations for you. When you're stepping on the field, you have expectations for what you're going to do at that school. What have the conversations already been like with North Carolina, with some time to go before you end up getting to Chapel Hill?
You know, the more, like with me talking to them, it's been a lot about, obviously for me, I want to go there, I want to play as soon as possible. And I feel like with how some of the recruiting classes and the guys there, I feel like I have a good shot at that. So, and they've kind of, you know, the same thing, but I know that I have to work for that and I have to earn that.
All right, so you talked a little bit about yourself as a hitter, but I want to have you show us your mechanics setup. So we're going to have you grab your bat and take us through your setup. Sound good?
So when I first come up to the box, I really have my own routine. And I like to, you know, get my foot in, you know, kind of clean the box out. Here it's turf, but, you know, you got to stick with the routine. And when I'm going through, I like to focus on the second baseman. It's a good focus for me, stay opposite field, hands inside the ball, all that. So I like to get good here, I tap here, the barrel, and I really just, you know, lock in on the pitcher. And when I get my setup, I'm a little narrow. I like to stay kind of tall. And I really just keep my hands loose, my legs loose, and you know, just feel comfortable really. And then from there, it's all about timing and rhythm.
Gavin, man, thank you so much for doing that. Wishing you all the best of luck. Make sure everybody subscribes to LakePoint Sports on all our social media channels. Hit that subscribe button too on YouTube. Get a window into everything we have happening here on campus.